What's good, YouTube, man? It's Miles Reacts back with another video, man. A reaction video, of course. Hey, man, today's reaction video is going to be three true Twitter slash X horror stories animated, man. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it, man. Hope y'all like the video, man. If y'all like the video, please actually like the video. You feel me? Why not? It don't take nothing out your day, bro. But hey, man, I appreciate y'all for 223 supporters, man. Hey, thank y'all, man. No cap. Freaky ass boy. Horror shorts party. True Twitter X horror story. Okay. Oh shit! I was trying to read that shit. I ain't gonna lie. Horrific Twitter blog. Oh shit. How's it looking, bro?
I think it's about time that I shared my story with the world, and Twitter seems as good a place as any. It was easily the most traumatizing thing that has ever happened to
Damn,
me.
bro,
I
what
was
happened?
around 9 years old. I had a pretty normal childhood up to that point. I lived with my parents in a standard two-bedroom house. Nothing too special, but it was alright. Of course, once everything started happening, my
Hold on, bro. I don't know if I'm tripping, bro, but is he saying that he was 9 years old with a Twitter account? Get your young ass on, bro. What the
opinion on
fuck?
the house changed drastically. I started to hear noises every night when I was trying to sleep. It was like there was something in the walls of my room, or maybe the vents. What made it even worse was that there was an air vent on the ceiling right above my bed, so the sounds came through very
I know he was
clearly.
cold as
I
shit though,
didn't
bro.
know if it was my imagination or not, but to me, it sounded like breathing.
Hell no. Y'all know the line, bro. Grab the blicky. I'm telling you, bro. Like you gotta grab the blicky off that one, bro. Because what do you mean, bro? You telling me right now that somebody's inside your air vent? I'm thinking you talking about the air. You feel me? You talking about the AC? You talking about the AC? Like is blowing hard, bro? Like you feel me? No, this nigga's talking about is breathing. So it's a it's a old ass man staying in that attic. I mean, in the air vent, bro. Watching this nigga sleep. He nasty as hell, boy. What the fuck? Bro, it's a fucking demon, bro. Your parents need to come and check that. Why they didn't get the house checked though before
I
they
would
even
tell
moved
my
in?
parents about it every morning, but they never gave it much thought. They always
Bro, see, that's the problem, bro. I don't see why parents don't be trying to believe the kids about certain shit like that, bro. Kids don't be tripping, bro. I'm telling you. What the like, bro? Bro, now watch you see little Timmy end up missing, bro. You really gonna be angry.
said it was
You gonna be
raccoons in the
upset.
attic or something. They told me to just ignore it and they would call pest control at some point. I didn't really believe them, but I was just a kid. What else was I going to do? Things got even more disturbing when I began to notice that food was disappearing from the kitchen. Usually, it was just
So they eating up all the food. No wonder why he can't go downstairs and get no chips, my name, because they eating them all, bro. Look at the chips on the table, bro. Look at the cake. And then this nigga had the nerve to whip him up some breakfast, bro. He made him an egg and a biscuit. That's crazy.
little things, a bag of chips, or a half-eaten sandwich from the fridge. Every now and then it
Oh,
would be
that's a sandwich.
something
I thought it was a
bigger,
piece of cake,
like
my nigga.
leftovers from a restaurant that we had gone to the night before. My parents told me
Oh,
that I
never
was
mind.
just imagining things, that I had obviously eaten that stuff and just forgotten. But I knew that it wasn't
Man, his
me.
parents
I
make
had
them
no
ball
idea
sacks,
what
bro.
was
I kid
going
you not.
on. Plus, the ventilation in the house started to go bad during the summer and winter. It was like our vents were clogged up with something. At first, it was just the little stuff, the noises and the food. Nothing that I could really know for sure was anything more than my mind playing tricks on me. But then everything got even creepier.
What
I
the
could
fuck?
swear that I saw eyes looking at me from the vent in the ceiling every night. I'd be scared as hell, but I
Oh, googly eye ass. Nasty eye ass. Fuck. That motherfucker been eating that kryptonite. I kid you not. Look at their fucking eyes, bro. That shit is nasty as fuck. Just imagine you see some shit looking at you like I'm fucking nigga. I will fucking throw a shoe at your ass. As long as you, bitch, bitch. Oh God.
Always just brushed it off as raccoons, like my parents had said. They had to be right.
Hell
This
no,
went
get
on
your
for a
big
few
eye. That's a
months. Every
motherfucking.
night I
That's a motherfucking. That's a motherfucking. That's a motherfucking. I don't even know what it is, bro. But what the hell is that, bro? Why your eyes so damn big, bro? That ain't even a human, my nigga. That's fucking Bigfoot,
hear the same noises and
Sasquatch,
I would see
nigga.
the glare of eyeballs staring down at me. I tried to keep making excuses.
Look at the bro. Look at the way it looked though, bro. Like that shit looks so nasty.
I told myself that it was all in my head. I tried to ignore it, but I was barely sleeping anymore. Every time I went to bed, it was a nightmare. One night,
Nigga.
I decided that I had to know for sure. I was just a kid.
I'm graduating
Ah, it
with
was
a degree
getting
in
good.
sociology,
Talking
minor
about
in women and gender
Grammarly.
studies. I can tell you, you can.
So I was terrified out of my mind, but I knew that I couldn't go on living that way. I grabbed a flashlight from my drawer in the
This shit
kitchen
is insane.
and slowly brought it up to the vent. It took every ounce of courage that I had.
Oh
My
God, my
hands were
nigga had to.
trembling.
He had to do one of these, bro. He had to. He had to. You want to say something about mama? You want to say something about mama? You want to say something about mama? Ooh. Ooh. He had to really hype himself up for that one, bro. On God, but I feel him
And
though.
when I did, I almost fell off the bed. I saw the scariest face that I had ever seen. It was right up at the vent, staring down at me with this horrific grin.
Ooh.
I dropped the flashlight and got the hell out of there. I ran to my
Yeah,
parents' room
nigga,
to wake them up.
run. The
When I
fuck?
finally got them awake, they
They
shook
finna go see
bricks.
this
My
shit.
parents locked the door to their room and we all stayed huddled together in the dark,
Oh, okay, so they
terrified that
seen
the
it.
intruder would
They
attack
seen it.
us.
They
Oh my
seen
God,
it.
what do we do?
Call 911.
Oh, now you want to motherfucking listen to me, bitch? See? See, mom, I've been trying to tell your ass.
Hello, there's someone in our house.
My dad stared at the door, waiting to charge at the intruder just in
See,
case
bro.
he came bursting in. It was the longest few minutes
He
of
had
my
to.
life. Every tiny noise made me jump. Every creak could have been the man about to
He
break
mad
down
as
the
shit.
door.
He
I thought my
he's
heart
scared
would
and mad at the
explode.
same
My
time.
mom started crying. After what seemed like hours, the cops finally arrived.
I'm
They brought
surprised
us
the motherfucker
outside for
ain't lick
safety.
your. I'm
It was
surprised that
like we had
motherfucker
been
ain't kill
rescued
your
from some
ass.
kind of prison. Then they went back inside to investigate the intruder in the fence. They discovered a man in the vent right above
See,
my
what did I
bed.
say,
But what
bro?
was even
Old
more
ass
disturbing
man.
than that was that this man was dead. The police had no idea how he had died. There were no obvious signs on the body. He was just laying there with some horrifying grin on his face. After further investigation, the police determined that the man had been living in our house for quite some time. He had obviously been sneaking out and stealing food in the middle of the night while we were all
I'm
asleep.
telling you, he made him a sandwich, my nigga. I'm saying. He literally made himself a sandwich in that, bro. He did not give a fuck. He was like, nigga, I'm damn near y'all family member. I'm finna go down here and make me some breakfast. I'll see y'all later. I'm gonna come back later tonight. Y'all see me later. He
I
was
don't know
not
how none of
bullshitting.
us
He
had
was
ever
on
caught
like
him.
straight.
They
He high
found
as
a
hell
tin
right
of
now. Look at
garbage
him.
and food wrappers up
You
there
can't
with
tell
him.
me he
That's
ain't.
probably what had been blocking our ventilation. He had easily been up there for months, coming and going like a ghost. No one knows where the man came from or how he got into our vents. The man just so happened to die while above my room, which explains why I always heard noises every night and why I saw someone staring at me. Who knows how long he had been dead right above me? I'm not exactly
His
sure
ass
why I've
choked on some
decided to share
food, bro.
this
He didn't
story
have nobody
now.
to give
I
him the
never
Heimlich.
told anyone what had happened when I was a kid. I was too freaked out. I have
Oh,
since
okay. So
shared my
he
story
can
on
remember. He
Twitter
can
on a
remember that
public
shit.
blog. All I hope is that whoever hears this can avoid living in sketchy places like that. Till
Yeah,
this day,
I'm gonna
I'll
take
never
that. I'm gonna
forget
take. I'm
that
gonna keep
face
that in
staring
mind.
back at me from the vent, and I'll never forget those eyes glinting in the darkness. This story was inspired by a horrific
This
true
shit ain't
Twitter
scared me
blog
none.
posted by a man who claims to have experienced the ordeal in 1981. The animation pretty much sums up what went down. After experiencing constant ventilation problems and missing food items from time to time, it all made sense when the man discovered eyes peering through a vent at night while watching him sleep. It was alleged that the man saw eyes in the vent every day and night, and finally decided to tell his parents about it, which led to the discovery of a deceased body belonging to a man who had been living behind his family's walls for years.
So he watched this little nigga grow up. He like his long lost uncle on the low. That's a I don't know. That's a stranger, I guess you could say. So he like a third family. He like a third cousin family member. Type shit. Type shit. You feel me? Like that's crazy, bro. Story two. Twitter's creepiest user. I know he freaky as hell.
This
Hell no.
happened a few years ago, and unfortunately, I still remember everything like it was only yesterday, giving me nightmares every single night. I would always hear a familiar knock every time I was asleep in bed that went sort of like this. I wasn't always this paranoid, but I assumed it was just debris or birds outside my bedroom. Other than that, my stay in Canada was rather one of the creepiest experiences of my life.
This
I'm an
motherfucking Cleveland
international
showed this
student from
bitch.
India, studying chemical engineering at one of the best universities in
Big booty
Canada. The
ass. You
good
see
thing
her?
about my situation at the beginning was that I lived on the first floor of a small dormitory next to the campus. However, every good experience had an equivalent bad encounter, and one of them was being isolated in a stereotypical setting. Many people joke about Canadians being super nice, and while that was true to some extent, my reality was the complete opposite. In the area where I
So they
lived,
scary
no
as
one
hell.
wanted to hang around me, so I didn't
Because they
know
probably just
anyone.
didn't
I
like you.
often went on social media to get updates from my friends and family back home on Twitter. And I admit that modern technology helped me feel less homesick while far away from the people I cared about.
Dirty feet
Unfortunately,
ass.
as time
She
passed, my
splashed the shit out of
homesickness
her
slowly
face.
became
Hell
worse.
no.
I remember sleeping one night when I heard the familiar knock on my window, followed by a phone notification. I got up to check my phone
That shit
and
was
saw
hard.
it was a notification from Twitter, which was odd because it was incredibly rare for me to receive them on this platform. Somehow, Twitter recommended a page for me to check out. The page was called Canada Creep. At first, I thought it would be a
And then he got the blue check near his name, bro. So you mean to tell me this nigga's a famous creeper and everybody know about his ass, bro? He got the fucking check mark. He's a fucking celebrity in that
page
city,
full of
bro.
scary photos and videos, but to my surprise, the page had multiple bizarre looking images of women taken from a cell phone, and it didn't
Oh
look like they were
no.
edited. They were candid photos of women at the gym, sidewalk, restaurant, and school. So it was evident that whoever owned this account was a creep. But what came next made me extremely anxious. As I scrolled up, a familiar face appeared. It was a photo of me in school.
Ooh.
I covered my mouth in horror, and as I looked
Nigga was
further, I
watching
saw
her
more
ass.
images of me along the sidewalk, as if someone had been taking pictures of me from behind.
Hit her with the U stands, boy.
Let's play. Let's play.
Oh yeah.
Don't miss your chance to save big during the final week of Boulevard Home's grand opening
These
sale.
ads is crazy.
Just a few more days.
Things were getting serious now, and I couldn't
Why she look so strong face ad?
take this
She got
lightly.
two
Whoever was
fucking
taking photos of me was
muscles
clearly
on
a
her fucking
stalker.
forehead.
When I
Unibrow.
scrolled to the top of the Twitter page for the latest post, I saw another candid image of me, and this time I was on the bed browsing through my phone. Then I felt chills all over my body when I saw that I was wearing the exact same clothes in the photo, like it was taken about a minute ago. As hesitant as I might have been, I gathered my courage and slowly turned to face the window where the photo had been taken. And that's when I saw a creepy old
boy,
man
what
smiling
the
at me with
fuck?
his face pressed up.
Nasty face ass. Look at your teeth, dirty mouth ass. You don't brush your teeth in fucking years, nigga. Look at your nasty ass, receding ass hairline. Look at your nasty ass eyebrows. Strong face ass, wrinkle face ass, nasty face ass. Boy, you only got 4 hands. I mean, 4 fingers. Nasty finger ass. You got Nubs too. He be digging his ass. What the fuck?
Against the glass. I screamed
Ugh,
for help
dirty
as the
ass
old man
boy.
tried to break in. He kept banging on the window until the glass
Whoa!
finally shattered, prompting me to run to my roommate's bedroom just across the
Run!
living room.
Grab the
I then opened the
strap!
door and immediately
Where's
locked
the...
myself in with her, asking her to call the cops.
Oh, you got a
As she
friend? Oh, you
dialed
got a
and was on the
roommate.
phone with
Okay.
the operator, I was convinced it was only a matter of time
Where
until
y'all
he could
strapped
barge
at
into the
though,
room
bro?
and
Like
harm us.
bro. And this nigga's
And that's when it hit me. It
This
was the
nigga's
same
so
knocking pattern that I
weird,
had been
bro.
hearing for the last several nights. My roommate and I just sat on the bed.
Y'all need to do better, bro. Like y'all need to do better as a collective, my nigga. Y'all supposed to be a dynamic duo on that bitch. Y'all supposed to be grabbing them, bro. Where the fuck, y'all, where are the protective, bro? Where's the protective equipment here? Where's the strap? Off rip. Where's the guy? When I said strap, I meant your wrist strap. You gotta wrap bro. You gotta stay protected. Where's the yacht? Bro, I'm flabbergasted, bro.
Staying put and awaited for the cops to show up. Hopefully the guy would just go away. A few minutes passed, and there was no creepy knocks or sounds outside. The police eventually arrived. However, the
They
man was
dropped
no
slow
longer
as shit.
there. They searched in and out of the
He
vicinity,
probably
but the
inside the
only
crib.
evidence they found was the shattered window. I reported to the police what had happened and how it began on Twitter. When they further investigated the man's Twitter account, it could no longer be found, indicating that
This
the old
nigga,
man had
this nigga was erased off the fucking radar. This nigga called up Lester and was like, "Hello." Oh
started taking down
god.
the page. They did everything they could to trace him, but found nothing. Weeks turned into months, and nothing ever came up. Even when the number of security guards and CCTV cameras increased in the apartment and school premises, I was still anxious, becoming paranoid. It was stressful for a long time looking over my shoulder every now and then, wondering if there was someone from afar staring at me or taking pictures of me. Unfortunately, this wasn't the kind of attention I wanted, and aside from that, I had to undergo therapy multiple times just to get a bit of comfort. A few more months passed, and I finally
That shit fucked her ass up mentally, spiritually, and physically. On God, she can't stop shivering for shit. She been doing that crack. Look at her face. Oh snap! I muted it. Oh, how did it mute?
who intentionally stole
Oh,
off
sorry,
from the
gang.
cops, telling me they had caught the man who attempted to harm me and my roommate. Later on, they further explained that this creep was an old Canadian man who intentionally stalked multiple various women.
The Canadian creep. Weird ass boy. What
Throughout
the
the city
fuck?
while taking inappropriate
He
pictures
freaky as
without their
hell, bro.
consent. It just so happened that I became one of the many victims of his voyeurism, which
Yeah.
traumatized me. Since then, I would always cover the apartment
You
windows
should
with
have been doing that shit, bitch. You should have been doing that shit from jump. Why you just now want to do it after somebody see that's your problem? You want to wait until somebody trying to get your ass to do shit. No.
the curtain, hoping I would never have to see another man with a creepy smile ever again. This story was inspired by a disturbing incident that happened in 2017. There was a Twitter account called Canada Creep, which was a page that had images and videos of multiple women being filmed on the streets, and even in undisclosed locations without their consent. After police launched an investigation, the account was linked to a 44-year-old man named Jeffrey, who was able to amass a following of over 17,000 followers since.
Bro, this nigga was literally famous. This nigga was doing nasty shit and was getting famous. Bro. See, this is the shit I'm talking about. Bro, you can literally get famous off of social media for the nastiest, disgusting shit ever. Why the fuck don't they be having the fucking rules to where you can't do certain shit? That shit nasty.
The account was created, the page was then taken down, and the man was sentenced accordingly.
Yeah, you nasty bitch. Oh god. He's a nasty motherfucker. Damn, look at that. Disturbing tweet page.
Recently, I moved out of my parents' house. Not for
He
any real
kicked up,
reason.
yeah,
I just figured it was time for me to be out on my own.
chilling
The
on
only
his
problem
own.
was rent was
Why?
expensive, really expensive. Plus, I was still in college, so I needed a place close to campus, which just made it worse. The mortgage was only slightly cheaper, and it's not like I could have afforded to buy any property anyway.
Bro, so you just did that shit just to do
The
it.
only other option that I found was to live in a large house and split the rent with 3 other roommates. It wasn't the most ideal, but it was easily the most affordable. I decided to take it. I guess most people wouldn't be comfortable living with strangers.
I
didn't
ain't gonna lie,
mind.
he's stupid as fuck. First off, nigga, why the you wanted to move out for what reason, nigga? They didn't say shit to you. Nigga said I thought it was just time, nigga. Bro, you could have bro. Now look at you, nigga. You goofy.
Too much though. I'd always been pretty good at meeting new people. I was going to share the place with 3 other guys: Tony, Zach, and Melvin.
Ugh. Ugh. Look at the nigga in the middle. Ugh. Nigga weird as fuck. What the fuck? What's up with his mouth, bro?
Absolutely
This
nothing
nigga,
about them, other than that they couldn't afford to
he's
live on
scratching the
their
shit
own
out of his
either.
goddamn
The other
side.
3 had already been living together for a little bit. I was replacing their 4th roommate who had just moved out.
You sure he just
Once
moved
I
out?
moved in, I decided I would introduce myself to each of them, being the new guy. Plus, I wanted to get their contact information just in case I needed to get in touch with them. I went to each of their rooms and introduced myself and exchanged contacts. They were all pretty chill, except for one. When I went to Zach's room, he watched me with a very unsettling, creepy look on his face the entire time. The whole interaction was incredibly awkward.
Beat his ass. On God, rush his ass. Just, just beat it. Just, bro. Cause why is you looking at me like that? You weird bitch.
And strange. He seemed to have this habit of staring at you throughout the entire.
See, bro, he be off that crack, my nigga. Like, look at his eyeballs. His pupils is way too diluted, bro. Look at his look like he's scratching the shit out of himself, my nigga. Like he's nasty as shit.
Entire conversation. He didn't take his eyes off me once. I tried to keep it light, but he didn't seem to know how to have a normal interaction. He kept trying to make lame jokes that just made everything worse. When I asked for his number, he gave me his Twitter account instead. I reluctantly gave him mine in return. I felt a little uncomfortable about it, but I didn't care too much since I rarely use Twitter. Zach told me that he preferred to use Twitter instead of texting because it gave him a chance to see what I was doing in life through my tweets. It made me feel super awkward, and I told him that I basically never tweeted, but he didn't seem to care. He just smiled and stared at me blankly. I decided to leave it at that
I
and
see
walk out
why,
of his room
bro.
quickly. Throughout the time that I stayed at the house, I generally kept to myself.
Now I see
I just
exactly
wanted a chill
why.
place to live while I worked and saved money.
I see this nigga's weird.
Unfortunately, things started to get really weird. I would be in my room doing homework or studying when I would suddenly get distracted by notifications from Twitter. Every time I checked, it would be a tweet from Zach. Here's one thing. You need to do before buying anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this.
I'm telling you.
They'd say things like, met this cute guy yesterday, or I love blonde dudes. I felt extremely uncomfortable by them as I assumed that Zach had to be talking about me. At least my other 2 roommates were cool. I started to really get along with Tony and Melvin. We actually shared a lot of the same interests and began to hang out a fair
I thought it was gonna be him. I thought it was gonna be him right there. I thought it was gonna be him, bro. I kid you not. I thought it was gonna be him that was on some
We
weird
actually
stuff.
shared a lot of the same interests and began to hang out
In
a
the
fair
beginning,
amount.
I did.
One night, we had been hanging out in Tony's room until pretty late. When I left the room, I found Zach standing outside in the dark hallway.
What the fuck?
Staring at me with the angriest face ever and pouting like a man-child. I was scared as hell. I awkwardly walked into my room and locked the door behind me. I had the freakiest feeling that Zach was going to barge in behind me. Then, I got a notification on my phone. I checked it to find that it was another tweet from Zach.
I want to butcher my roommates? Grab the... Bro! You gotta grab the yacht. You can't, bro. You gotta, bro. If you don't grab that spray bottle and spray him, bro, I'm telling you, you gotta do it. A little water won't hurt, I'm telling you.
I was scared shitless. I tried to just shake it off as Zach only messing around, but I barely slept that night. The next day, I decided to stay over at a friend's from class's place that was fairly close by. The plan was to stay overnight, but after I had been there for a few hours, I started to reconsider. It just made me furious that I was scared to go back to my own home because of Zach.
Like, don't be no, like, nigga, that's your crib too, nigga. If he really want to do it, bro, we can really get down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Put up the hands, put them up, bro, because, look what you were in behind my back. Put them up, put them up, put them up, put them up.
I told myself that I couldn't let him keep me away, that I was just letting his psycho mind games get to me, so I went back. When I got there, it was fairly late, like 9:30 or 10. The house was dark from the outside. It looked a little spooky. Honestly, I was still pretty freaked out by the idea of going back in,
they sleep,
but I knew I had to do it. I unlocked the door and walked inside. All of the lights were off in the living room and the kitchen. I called out to see if anyone was there.
Did nobody answer?
Hello? I knew that Melvin was out of town, but both Zach and Tony would normally be home at this time. It was strange that I didn't see either of them. Then, I saw a light coming from Tony's room. Tony? I walked a little bit closer and saw something pouring out from under the door. It was blood. Tony, are you okay? I threw the door open and ran inside. I found Tony on the ground, motionless, with Zach standing over him. He was holding a knife that was covered in blood.
You might want to get the fuck out of there, bro. You might want to run. Look at his face.
I got the hell out of there and ran out of the house.
He
Once
booked
I got
it.
a little bit away, I called the cops and told them everything. They arrived a few minutes later and arrested Zach. He didn't do anything to resist them. He just smiled the whole time.
Bro, because he freaky as fuck. This nigga wanted this, bro, because now he finna go in the gap, and he finna really do some damage in there, bro. Like, look at his face. Creepy ass weird nigga, I'm telling you.
I know that if I hadn't stayed at my friend's house,
Man,
I'd be dead too.
Right now.
It was all up to chance.
Like,
Luckily, Melvin had been out of town as well. I'm confident that Zach would have butchered all three of us, just like he said he would.
Yeah, he would have killed y'all.
The story was inspired by an Arizona man who tweeted that he needed to move out of the home he was living in before he committed to fatally harming his roommates. Here's a screenshot of the tweets below. Here you can see that Zachary appears to tweet about wanting to purchase a firearm and doing the unthinkable. The tweets were posted about a day before he called the police and actually admitted to committing the act he claimed. One of Zachary's roommates unfortunately got the shitty end of the stick, resulting in Zachary getting 12 years in prison for his manslaughter conviction.
I know this nigga breath stink. What the fuck is that? Hey gang, if you enjoyed that, man, hey, like the video, comment your favorite part, and share to anybody you want to share it to, man. From a family member to a friend to a stranger, man. It don't matter who you share it to. It's only if you enjoyed the video, bro. That shit was weird. I cannot lie. See you on the next video, man. Okay.